Hello, my dear listeners. My name is Marcus Smart, and today I'm so glad to be back with another heartfelt message, one that I've taken time to reflect on and truly live through. What I'm about to share isn't just information. It's wisdom gathered from real experiences, quiet observations, and conversations with people just like you. As we age, something subtle begins to happen. Not all at once, but slowly our independence starts to slip away. Not always because of illness or weakness, but because of little habits, overlooked patterns, or even the way people start treating us differently. After we turn 70. In today's episode, I want to gently walk with you through 5 powerful truths, 5 things that quietly steal your freedom after 70. And most importantly, I'll share how you can take it back. Because growing older shouldn't mean giving up control of your life. In fact, it's your time to live more freely, more boldly, and more on your own terms than ever before. Asterisk. Have you ever caught yourself reaching for help with something you used to do on your own, and then paused, wondering, when did this become hard for me? Maybe it's something small, like tying your shoes or standing up from the couch without using your hands. Or maybe it's bigger, like no longer driving at night or avoiding stairs. It starts gradually, doesn't it? A little assistance here, a small hesitation there, and before you know it, the independence you once cherished starts slipping through your fingers. Now, don't get me wrong, asking for help is not a weakness. There's wisdom in knowing your limits. But there's a big difference between choosing support and losing your freedom because of things that can be changed. That's what we're here to talk about today, because independence after 70 isn't just about staying out of a nursing home. It's about waking up with confidence. It's about being able to say, I can still do this, whether that means going for a walk, cooking your own meals, or simply making your own choices without fear. In this video, we're going to have an honest conversation about 5 silent thieves. Yes, thieves that steal your independence after 70. And more importantly, I'll share how you can take your power back, starting today. These aren't complicated fixes or miracle cures. They're simple shifts, grounded in real life, that can help you feel stronger, safer, and more in control on your own terms. Let's start with something that sneaks up on almost everyone: muscle loss. You might not feel it right away, but by the time we reach our 70s, we've already lost up to 30% of our muscle mass. And that matters more than you think. When your muscles weaken, so does your balance, your posture, and your ability to move with ease. What used to feel like a quick walk around the block starts to feel like a marathon. And with every little ache, every extra second it takes to get up from a chair, independence slips away just a little more. But here's the good news. You can reverse muscle loss at any age. Yes, even in your 70s, 80s, and beyond. All it takes is gentle resistance training. I'm not talking about lifting heavy weights in a gym. I'm talking about bodyweight squats while brushing your teeth, light resistance bands while watching TV, standing on one foot while making your morning coffee. These little things add up. Your muscles respond quickly to stimulation. Even just 10 minutes a day can begin to restore the strength you thought you'd lost forever. Another quiet culprit that robs you of independence is medication overload. Now, this one is tricky because many medications are essential, but the truth is, after 70, most people are on too many. I once spoke to a lovely gentleman who was taking 8 different pills every day. He said, I don't even know what half of them are for anymore. That's a problem. Why? Because certain medications, especially when mixed together, can make you drowsy, dizzy, or forgetful. And that leads to falls, confusion, and even dependency on others to manage your day. The best way to take control is by reviewing your medications with your doctor every year. Ask questions. Are they still necessary? Are the side effects worth it? Could something simpler work just as well? Advocating for yourself in that small way could save your clarity, your energy, and yes, your independence. Then there's something we don't talk about enough, but it plays a huge role in how free we feel. Fear. That quiet, nagging fear of falling, of forgetting something important, of being alone. It's not weakness, it's human. But when fear becomes your guide, it limits your life. It convinces you to stay home instead of going for a walk. It makes you say no to invitations, even when your heart says yes. It whispers, "What if something happens?" And then steals the moment from you. So how do you take your power back from fear? The first step is to build confidence through preparation. For example, if you're afraid of falling, invest in shoes with better grip. Add grab bars in the bathroom. Join a balance class at the local community center. These actions aren't signs of fragility, they're tools of independence. They say, "I know my risks, and I'm doing something about them." That's real strength. And don't underestimate the power of community. Surrounding yourself with supportive, like-minded people, whether it's through a walking group, a local class, or even an online forum, can give you the courage to do more, try more, and live more freely. Because independence doesn't mean doing everything alone. It means having the power to choose how you live on your terms. Now that we've talked about a few of the biggest things that quietly steal independence, like muscle loss, too many medications, and fear, let's keep going. Because there are a couple more common culprits that affect millions of seniors, often without them realizing it. Let's keep going. Because the next thing that can quietly take your independence without you even realizing, it is something that creeps into your daily life slowly. Isolation. Now, I know some of you might be thinking, but I enjoy my peace and quiet. And that's a beautiful thing. We all need quiet moments. But there's a big difference between solitude and isolation. You see, isolation happens when the phone stops ringing, when visits become fewer, when social invitations feel harder to say yes to, when people assume you're not up for it anymore, and so they stop asking. It doesn't feel like a dramatic change at first. It's just one weekend alone, then another. Maybe a canceled lunch, a missed holiday gathering. But over time, something shifts. And that lack of social interaction, those missing conversations, hugs, shared laughter starts to affect more than just your mood. Loneliness has been shown to have the same impact on health as smoking 15 cigarettes a day. Let that sink in for a moment. It affects your heart, your immune system, even your memory. And most importantly, it affects your will. The will to move, to participate, to keep living fully. Because when no one is watching, when no one is waiting on you or hoping to see you, it gets easier to let things slide. That's when independence quietly fades. But here's what I want you to know. It doesn't have to. Even if your kids live far away, even if your closest friends are no longer around, even if mobility makes things harder, there are still ways to reconnect. Start simple. Send a text to someone you haven't spoken to in a while, even just a short thinking of you. Join a book club online. Sign up for a weekly class at your community center. And don't be afraid to initiate. Ask the neighbor over for tea. Tell your doctor you're feeling a bit isolated. Many communities now have programs just for seniors to help you re-engage. You'd be surprised how many others are quietly waiting for the same invitation. And this leads us into another thief of independence that might surprise you: losing your daily routine. This might sound like a small thing, but believe me, it's not. A regular routine gives your day structure, purpose, and energy. It anchors your brain and body in a rhythm that helps everything else fall into place. Think about it. When you were younger, you had work, maybe kids to care for, errands to run. You had a reason to get up, get dressed, get out the door. After retirement, though, that structure often disappears. And with it, motivation fades too. Days start to blur. You wake up later. Meals become less nutritious. Sleep becomes irregular. You lose the natural signals that tell your body it's time to move, eat, or rest. But when you create a daily rhythm again, something as simple as waking up at the same time each day, having a morning ritual like stretching or journaling, preparing a healthy breakfast, getting outside for a walk, you begin to regain control. One woman I know started a 3-touch routine. Every morning, she does 3 small things that make her feel grounded. She makes her bed, drinks a full glass of water, and steps outside for 5 minutes of fresh air, no matter the weather. It sounds so simple, but that tiny ritual gave her back her mornings, and eventually her days. A routine doesn't need to be rigid or packed. It just needs to be yours. Something that tells your brain and body, hey, we've got living to do today. And that momentum leads to better habits, stronger movement, and a more empowered sense of self. Now, as we talk about routines and structure, it's also important to bring up something closely connected: mobility. Or more specifically, the slow, creeping loss of mobility. It often starts with stiffness in the knees or an ache in your hip. Maybe you stop walking as much. Maybe you use the elevator instead of the stairs. Maybe you avoid bending, twisting, stretching because it's just not as comfortable as it used to be. And again, little by little, your body begins to respond to the signals you're sending it. Oh, you don't want to bend anymore? Okay, I'll stop letting you bend. You're not using those ankle muscles? No problem, we'll let them fade away. But here's the truth. Your body is like a garden. Stop tending it, and the weeds take over. Keep it moving, even gently, and it will thank you every time. The great news is you don't need to run a marathon to maintain mobility. You just need to keep using your joints and muscles in meaningful ways every day. Stretch while you're still in bed. Do slow shoulder circles while waiting for your tea. Stand on your toes for 20 seconds while brushing your teeth. Walk to your mailbox every day, even if it's just down the driveway. Every small movement tells your body, yes, we're still living. There's a phrase I love: motion is lotion. It means the more you move your body, the more you lubricate your joints, maintain flexibility, and encourage strength. And when you move more, you fall less. You rely on others less. You feel like yourself again. And isn't that the heart of all this? Independence is about staying connected to the version of yourself you recognize. The one who can still walk down the block, still reach for the top shelf, still make your own choices safely, confidently, and with dignity. So now that we've talked about the deep impact of isolation, the power of the strong daily routine, and how simple movement can restore so much freedom, let's take it one step further. Let's take a breath for a moment. Because if you've been nodding along, seeing yourself in these experiences: muscle loss, too many meds, fear, isolation, a missing routine, you're not alone. These things don't happen all at once. They creep in slowly, like shadows stretching across the floor as the sun goes down. But now you're aware of them. And awareness is the first step to taking your life back. There's one last piece of the puzzle we need to talk about, and it's a big one, something that might be affecting you more than you realize. Mental clutter. The constant noise in your mind. The worries, the what-ifs, the things left undone. Maybe you're thinking about finances, your health, the kids, regrets, or even how fast time is flying by. And while all of those thoughts are normal, when they go unchecked, they take up space. Mental clutter can rob you of your focus, your sleep, your peace. And when peace goes, independence often follows. Because you stop trusting your decisions. You second-guess your abilities. You delay simple tasks because your mind is too weighed down. You end up feeling stuck in your own head. But the beauty of the mind is that it can be cleared, just like a messy closet. Not all at once, but one gentle step at a time. Start with something small. Every morning, write down 3 things you're grateful for. It might sound cheesy, but it works. Gratitude grounds you. It clears out anxiety and makes room for joy. Then, take 5 minutes a day to sit quietly, no phone, no TV, no background noise. Just breathe. Even if you've never meditated in your life, this stillness can help you tune back into you. And here's another powerful tip. Give yourself permission to let go of what no longer matters. That argument from years ago, that pressure to be perfect, that mistake you made back in 1982, you can let it go now. You've earned that peace. You see, independence isn't just about physical strength. It's also about mental clarity. When your mind feels calm and focused, you make better choices. You remember your appointments. You cook healthier meals. You get outside more. You smile more. And when you're living in that space, you feel more independent. Because you are. So. Now, let's take a moment to really pull this all together. What have we talked about? We've looked at the quiet, sneaky ways independence fades after 70, and more importantly, how you can gently, powerfully reclaim it. We've talked about muscle loss and how daily, simple movements can bring back your strength. We've looked at medication overload and how a conversation with your doctor can restore clarity. We've uncovered how fear can hold you back and how preparation gives you confidence again. We've seen how isolation quietly shrinks your world and how connection, even a little, expands it again. We've talked about missing routines and how a bit of structure can lift your energy. And finally, we've addressed the mental clutter and how a few daily moments of peace can restore your focus and your joy. Now, take a breath. Let that sink in. The truth is, your independence isn't lost. It's still there, inside you. Maybe it's been buried under layers of fear, fatigue, or routine, but it hasn't disappeared. And no matter your age, no matter your health, no matter your circumstances, you can take small steps every day to get it back. You don't have to overhaul your life overnight. Just choose one thing today. Maybe it's standing up a little taller when you walk to the kitchen. Maybe it's calling a friend you haven't talked to in a while. Maybe it's deciding to finally install that grab bar in the shower, or drinking a full glass of water before you sit down for breakfast. Each of those actions might seem small, but they send a powerful message to your mind and body. I still belong in my own life. So here's what I want you to remember. Age does not define your ability to live fully. You're still here. You're still capable. And you have more wisdom, more strength, and more resilience than most people realize. You've lived through so much already. And now, you get to choose what this chapter looks like. Not with fear, but with courage, clarity, and pride. And if this message spoke to you, I hope you'll share your thoughts in the comments. What have you struggled with most? What little thing will you do today to take back your independence? If this video helped, please give it a like. It really does help others find this message. And don't forget to subscribe to this channel for more uplifting and practical content just for you. We're building a community of strength, support, and purpose for everyone embracing life after 60. Here's to living boldly, freely, and fully no matter what the calendar says. Got this.